Is it?
Welcome back to another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Bears now sitting with the third most cap space in the NFL. What should they prioritize, right? Like we have Jalen Johnson. I think everybody knows that the move is to bring back JJ, right? Like you developed a 24-year-old DB.
I'm sorry. We got a super chat.
This
joker said, I got YouTube Premium and still got ads in my video. Son of a.
Hey, man, we got to make some money, dog. We got to make some money. Son of a. No, I appreciate it.
We got one more.
We got some super chats rolling in. Lindell said, who else do you think is going to be a cap casualty this year or next if we decide to keep Justin Fields? Where's the money going to come from? That is an interesting angle that we could take on it as well. Yeah. Definitely address that comment in a second because, right, you got to talk about both sides of this. We don't know what's going to happen with the quarterback position. But
Justin money?
What I will say is, right, 21.6 million from this move, 68.4 million is now the third most cap space in the NFL. First off, can we get whenever you get a chance, get Ryan Poles on the screen just to. All right, cool. Just to respect what he's doing out here. We've come into 2 free agencies, top 5 in money, and with 2 top picks in the draft. This guy knows what he's doing out here. But what I will say is, right, like, to me, the position of priority still needs to be on the defensive side. And I know that sounds crazy to say because 68.4 million, go get you a receiver to help whoever you're going to help. Because let's be real. If we do draft Caleb, you're not getting MHJ.
No.
You're not moving up enough to get
that
MHJ.
Trade up to 3 is a pipe dream.
While I like Roma Dunze a lot, I don't know if Roma Dunze is a Quentin Johnston type of player where it's like, college looks great, baby. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Wow. You talked about being top 10 is a better option at that point.
Jackson Powers. Yeah. I would, but that's.
I'm thinking Jason Peters because we just mentioned.
That's later in the. That would be later on in the first round.
Zach Frazier, Jackson Powers.
Yeah. But I think the question you got to ask, right, the answer to me is Danielle Hunter. You build a defense where you're gonna have some issues at that free safety spot probably for a year. Maybe 2, right? Maybe you can address something quickly, but you make that a lot simpler if your quarterback that's dropping back on the other side every time is like Danielle and Montez. Who let them do this? Yeah, but you know when you build a fantasy team and you just be like, you look at somebody else's team, you just be like, how'd y'all let them get Jamar Chase, Patrick Mahomes, and Saquon Barkley? That's for Joe. How'd you let them get all of this?
What was that?
Put those running backs away, sir.
Hey.
You put those running backs away. Look at Ryan Poles in the back.
Did he put up a running back for $30 million?
Yeah, well, you know,
that's running back for that much. Stop.
But no, like I think that is the side that you do have to prioritize. Still bringing that edge in. I would love to get a Justin Metabike here.
Hey,
he might get tagged though. That dude's a monster.
Yeah, I don't expect him to leave the team.
I don't think
this year was his breakout year.
Yeah, I don't expect him to leave the team. That's the biggest part. And so you have to talk about guys who you feel like are going to leave.
You realize Poles, there's no dead cap money next year. He's got this thing pretty organized to a point where it's a blank slate almost with this team. Like once you move on with Whitehair and Eddie Jackson, like this is insane. But to have the cap room, to have these picks, this is the most unique situation I've ever seen this team in. This is crazy.
But to address edge rusher too, like for me, that would be the way to go. Like we mentioned, Danielle Hunter. We talked about maybe Chris Jones also being in that, but now him saying whether or not it was true or not, him saying that he's going to stay, we don't know. But Danielle Hunter on the other side of Montez Sweat, you adding 16 to 17 sacks a season on that line, and then maybe the progression of somebody like Javon Dexter Sr. That would be something to salivate over in a sense. Pause. But what I'm saying is, I said pause. You don't you dare throw that flag. Don't you? Was that pause worthy? I mean,
That was pause worthy.
That would be celebrated.
No,
It was getting there. You're good. You're good. Keep going, man.
All right.
Keep going,
Anyway,
man.
You said pause. You said pause
Yeah,
quick
I
enough.
did.
The
I
flags
caught
are flip. You don't say
myself before,
pause quick
I'm
enough.
not challenging that till Friday. So what I think is that they're doing is that they need to address the edge first, and obviously build out from there in the draft with the offensive linemen.
Yeah. I can't believe this. I haven't really looked into everything, but Jay Grizz said, seen folks suggesting drafting Jeremiah Trotter for inside linebacker. Are y'all saying that this is Jeremiah Trotter like junior?
Linebacker.
Like, am I that old that Jeremiah Trotter, who used to play for the Eagles?
Redskins? Oh,
it was the Eagles.
I mean, that's possible.
Like, I think this is that his son? Like, that's and yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, this is how old we're getting.
Hey, here's the thing. First off, yes, you're that old. Doesn't even matter what conversation we're having here.
Jeez.
Yes, you are that old. Wow. And yes, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. For the Clemson Tigers.
Is he a dog like his dad?
I'm not going to sit here and act like I've broken down any tape.
Right. I'm just saying that's going to be.
I'll get to him. I'll get to him one of these days.
So I'm not going to tell you that he's a dog or he's not a dog. But yes, you are that old. The moral of the story.
No,
yes,
I didn't
Joel,
even know. Like, you know how
old.
you just like even in
No,
college.
I'm not gonna lie. Here's the crazy part. How you feel about Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is how I feel about MSJ.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember like being like, how is anybody ever going to stop Marvin Harrison in the NFL with the duo of receivers that they have over there on the Colts? And now I'm like, his son might be better than him.
Since you read that,
no, it wasn't that. I just didn't know he even existed. Like, we've been hearing about Marvin Harrison Jr. for a while. It was like he got a whole 20-some-year-old son to the draft. Not even freshman, not sophomore.
Nope. Hey, Baki pointed out a good one too. You know, Moose son in the draft.
Musa Muhammad?
Musin?
Oh,
that's crazy.
Musa Muhammad
I don't show
draft.
no love to Musa Muhammad, man. He dogged the Bears once he left. Talking about this is where wide receivers go to die.
Since Joe read that comment, I got to read the comment right above it.
What?
Said just trade back and quit playing and get the haul. If CW was 6'2", it would be a different story. He's 6'1".
That's not true.
Can I ask you all this? Does the inch make that much of a difference?
No. Whoa.
You want me? You want me to?
Hold on. Wait. In full context.
Ask your wife.
Does the inch?
It was close.
Ask your wife.
Does the inch make that much of a difference?
Ask your wife.
We're talking about,
I think
does
at
it
that
help
position,
that much more?
6'1" to 6'2", I think if it's 6 feet to 6'2", there's a difference. But 6'1", 6'2", that's a decent height. And plus cleats and everything else to come with that.
I love that Muggs don't give him the cleat height like he's out there playing in bare feet. That's I believe he's 6'1" with cleats on, right? Like that means he's 6'1", guys.
right.
That's like when Muggs be like,
Mike Nice, what up?
When Muggs talk about the NBA, like, well, he's only he's 6'10" with shoes on. Is he playing barefoot out there? Like, what's he free footing it out here? I don't know.
Drew told you to pause. He told Kid to pause.
Oh,
that's an elite comment.
That's a good comment. That's a good comment. So he might be 6 foot here, is what he's saying. He might lose an inch
That's
here.
That's an elite comment.
He might lose an inch here.
Hey, I can't even be mad at that one. That is a crazy comeback.
Whoa, 300 in the chat.
Over 300 in the chat.
27 minutes here. We got
hit that like button, subscribe to the page.
Let's go.
No, let me. So what position would y'all be looking at? 300 in the chat, 75 likes. Let's get them up, man. Yeah. What position would y'all be looking at right now with the remaining cap space that the Bears do have? Because I do believe this. We head into next season one way or the other without cap space. We will have maybe $15 million to play with.
I know JC has a more in-depth take than I will on this one because I can see his wheels turning.
No,
I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, the most important piece is still playing JJ for two reasons. One, you saw what corners did in their whole Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like McDuffie put Debo in a duffel bag, like that man was covered.
Put him in the Duffy.
Like he put him in a Duffy, dog. So like I feel like that's it, on two different things. It does for the Chicago Bears. One, it shows that Poles is willing to pay top talent. Remember, the whole Roquan situation was about money, and we let him walk. Now it ended up working out for us in the end, but it was about money.
It was more about tanking.
That's true. I mean,
It's
like
more about tanking.
it's a couple of those things, but like realistically, we have to see that Poles is willing to pay for talent that comes here, shows up, and is worth being paid at the top of the market for their position. We haven't seen that part yet.
Well, look. Again,
listen to me. I don't care what nobody says. He overpaid Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
I like Cole. I think Cole is a really good tight end.
Stonehands.
He paid him. Well, I don't think he's Stonehands anymore.
That was my old nickname.
I don't think he's Stonehands.
That was my old nickname.
I think that's the thing. What I will say is Cole Kmet looks to get tackled.
I do look like I'm about to sit there and like.
Does look to get tackled.
He looks to get tackled, dog. Like he literally is like
he doesn't have the breakaway.
No, he doesn't.
He's just a solid. He's a solid.
He's a solid tight end. But I thought he was a little bit of an overpay on that one, right? So I'm not tripping one way or the other, but I think the one thing that to me, when you're looking to pay the talent, you just need to know that it's talent that's going to be here long term and give you elite production. Guess what? I would love to be paying young Eddie Jackson right now. I'm loving that we get to pay young Jalen Johnson right now. And you don't feel bad about paying somebody what they're worth. Yeah, you could have got Jalen Johnson a little bit of a deal, right, at 17, 18 million maybe if you pay him to start the season. But guess what? Now we know.
I like it.
When you know, you don't feel bad about it. Like me saying Jalen Johnson's worth $21 million. I would take the money you just saved and I would give it to Jalen Johnson.
I don't know. I feel more cutthroat, man. I'm like, if we can draft more corners, save that money, get us a
here you go
premium.
again,
I'm
man.
just saying,
they draft under the bus. They've proven themselves.
But some people would say that Poles is.
I'm just saying, take the emotion out. That's all. Jesus Christ, they got to do it with Justin Fields.
He paid Montez Sweat, but Montez Sweat was established.
I think what's interesting is we always say that. Take the emotion out. Take the emotion out of it. They're people. No emotions are in this. I don't know if you know this. It's not a man.
No. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
Like,
pay the man.
You cut Jalen Johnson. You just cut Eddie Jackson, leader in that locker room. Go ahead, cut Jalen Johnson.
Can I interject who I would like us to?
Barelissimo in the chat. Shout out to Barelissimo.
Shout out Barelissimo.
Yeah, I got to see. Look, Nation. I'm sorry. Okay, pay Jalen Johnson.
Nah, jump him in the comments.
Done. Okay. No, I would like to see
fight back
because I'm worried.
Fight back.
There isn't.
I've never seen that commercial where they jump old boy in. Like, yeah, make a circle. Let's get it down.
No,
they jump. It's like in gangland.
I would like. I do think we should address defensive end first because I just don't know if the draft is producing we're not getting a Myles Garrett. Aiden Hutchinson. Who else is another guy? I feel like Will Anderson, who had like the quietest defensive player of the year award, as a rookie last year. That's the kind of. I mean, I think he was a good guy, but I think we really want some real production. And if we're going to spend some money, I would do that where we have true impact because that is the engine of this defensive line. And if they keep Dexter, they might end up keeping. If they end up keeping Dexter and they got Billings,
yeah, they're keeping Javon.
No, I'm saying if they actually start him, like he's the day one starter.
He's the number one.
He's the day one starter, and then we got Billings. Then you just got to pay for the one defensive end. Now you can try to find your safety in the draft. You can get. Apparently, we need to sign a center, and start him. But then we could draft a center as an eventual replacement.
Hey, the chat kicking Joel. The chat is going.
I know it's like, oh great, here we go.
Hey, no, but
don't pay Jalen. What?
I gotta ask you this though, like with with how offense heavy this draft is it? I mean, is it a foregone conclusion that he uses this off of defense?
I don't think that it's a foregone conclusion, but there are there's important pieces that you do. Or you're saying money wise?
No, money wise. Like he should go all in on defense on that one because we have enough capital to draft offense.
I think here's the thing: what's all in on defense? Yes, you pay Jalen. Maybe you go out and get Danielle Hunter. Maybe you go out and get Justin Metabike. But
you at 56 right there.
But your boy from Tampa Bay,
about 40.
Your boy from Tampa Bay is an unrestricted. He's an unrestricted free agent. Winfield.
You can't get both of them.
That's a killer, right?
You can't get. You're not gonna get Metabike and get Danielle Hunter.
No, that would be.
You're spending some money on the offensive side. You're gonna have to bring in some veteran guys on the offensive line. Maybe Dan Feeney's a guy that sticks around here long term. I love the mullet. I'm a big mullet guy.
I'm actually a big fan of what you got.
I'm a big mullet guy. I loved Feeney, Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World. That was my guy. You know what I mean? He was always teaching life lessons out here. You cannot go wrong with a Feeny lesson, bro. Feeny.
I'm really big on the idea that
the chat is not necessarily against me.
I'm big on the idea that your guy brought up today.
I'm getting people. Hey, people actually, they're not all against me.
And letting the rookie center and rookie QB grow together.
I mean, that
idea sounded really cool.
It sounds good. What he was talking about?
And,
we had Jordan Reed on today from ESPN, draft analyst, and he was talking about you can go out and you can get right. The Bears have an opportunity to trade back and get Jackson Powers in the first round.
Yeah,
says Jackson Powers is a first round grade. Love it. Boom. All right, cool. We got Jackson Powers. We got our starting center for the next 10 years. I believe he is.
That's what I want.
But I would not start
back 9.
I would trading back from 9. Yes.
Yeah. We're getting Caleb at 1.
But I would not start rookie because the thing that you do know about that I do know about rookie quarterbacks is they can be broken in their first season. Mm-hmm. It's like pitchers in baseball. You have to have that fine line. You have to say, okay, yes, I'm insulating this guy. Yes, I'm making this guy feel comfortable. He feels safe. He feels better. Not to say he's not working with Jackson Powers. Not to say Jackson Powers isn't coming in there and getting snaps in there. But the most important piece that you're going to put out there is going to be the quarterback.
Facts.
Yeah. Because quarterbacks can transcend. If you feel like I should say, let me if you think Caleb is what Caleb is, you can destroy all of that by having a rookie center in there that's like, wow, these defensive linemen are pretty good at this level.
Yeah.
And if he spends his whole first season, and I think that's the thing about Justin, right? Justin spent his whole first 2 seasons running for his life.
Yeah.
Now his mental inclination is to run.
Yeah. Your time, your clock in your head is speeding up.
Yeah. So I think that plays into it. I don't want to put another quarterback in that position. Put the best offensive line out there. Now, if you get through training camp, right, and you get through preseason and stuff like that, and you look at Jackson Powers and you're like, yo, he just killed like Aaron Donald. Like, yo, he's
what if that's the
destroying
case?
people. That's
he's
very
highly,
different.
but this is you're talking about not just drafting a center. We're talking about there's at least 2.
You're taking
talented,
him first round. Jackson Powers ain't getting.
There aren't that
round.
many centers that get taken in the first round. So this probably is your day 1 starter. Like what?
I'm having a deja vu moment. You just mentioned something to me. Who was the left guard that we had that had a really good game against Aaron Donald? He came out of Iowa as a center.
James Daniels.
James Daniels.
We thought James Daniels was going to be good. He had that really good game against Aaron Donald. He held his own one-on-one against
James Daniels.
He is good
against Aaron Donald almost every time.
He's good. I love James Daniels.
And he was
good. He went to Pittsburgh.
No, him and Braxton feel the same to me.
Whoa, we
good
got
enough.
400 in the
building. 400 in the chat. Hit that like button.
Let's get it to 5.
On God, let's get it to 5, baby. But no, him and Braxton feel similar to me, where like there's growth and development that needs to get there. I think we just got to the ceiling of James Daniels, and there was somebody available, right? Because we ended up taking Cody Whitehair. No, we ended up taking we got Cody Whitehair. We ended up taking Tevin.
Yeah.
And Tevin was more.
Yeah.
And that was a pace move.
That was a pace move. It was more consistent.
Yeah. But you know what? Just to go to give my input on what do they prioritize? So if I'm playing GM, especially in the free agency first, I'm going for
thanks, Jay Grizz.
Wide receiver 3,
yeah, specifically,
and safety. As we mentioned, Antoine Winfield could be out there. That would be a really good upgrade,
bro.
Immediately, you're talking about somebody that can, cover all bases at safety. Get in the trenches, get aggressive, and on blitz packages or whatever the case may be. Then you're talking about wide receiver 3, because I think we'll address wide receiver 2 in the draft.
Oh, okay.
So you get somebody like a Curtis Samuel.
Well, and that's why I've asked this question, right? If you're going to go out and get a wide receiver 3, now you have to. Here's the one thing that going back. I don't know. I've rewatched a lot of these Bears games. They're as bad as we thought they were, but
they are who we thought.
They're as bad as we thought they were. I'm not gonna lie,
because let him off the hook.
Everybody was killing me, and they was like, "Pat, how can you say Justin played bad?" I rewatched that Cleveland game. He played bad,
but they threw for
in that Cleveland game specifically.
5,000 times.
In that Cleveland game, he played bad, but still, right? Like I think Darnell Mooney was put in a lot of bad situations. Is he somebody
That's true.
that with a new OC, that with a new
Shout out to Daryl
possibly
Davis.
a new quarterback coming in
Hold on.
that you pay to keep around?
Hold on real
Yes.
quick. Shout out to Daryl Davis. Yo, what up, family? Truck driving and listening. Had to pull over for my 30-minute break to really listen to the show. We appreciate
That's
that,
what's
man.
up,
Hey,
man.
shout out
Appreciate
to
it.
Daryl,
Thank you,
man. One
That's
love, one
bro.
love.
Yeah, we love
One
that.
love.
And we used to get a lot of love from all those over the road truckers doing a live.
Oh
call.
yeah,
Yeah, doing a live call.
That's,
It was
you was
only
getting a lot of love over with those.
Is that
That's
a
a flag. Yep, it's out there. I threw mine already.
It's a
I
flag.
threw
for me.
mine already. I threw
lot of
mine
love
already.
on the road there?
That's a flag.
Jordan, you lot listen. You better hold that flag. You better hold that flag. You lot listen. You better stop it.
Throw that flag,
You
Jordan.
better stop it. You
Throw
better
that
hold that flag.
Jordan. Do not let him
You better not gang up on me. I fight back. Fight back.
Jesus.
Anyways,
But no, do we think that Darnell Mooney is a guy
You too,
that
you
I threw it already. It's out there. My flag is thrown. Do we think that Darnell Mooney is somebody that you would want to bring back?
it's probably going to end up. What is his number? I mean, I think he's a really good receiver. He's a 1,000-yard receiver. I just think
1 year, yeah.
As the wide receiver one on the team, he was.
But I'm saying he has the ability to do it. Do I want to overpay? No, I don't want to overpay for anybody.
I guess here's the tough part then, right? Because do you just are you going out? To
I like
pay
him as a
somebody?
slot.
Or do you just keep Tyler Scott and actually put him in a slot?
Tyler Scott worries me.
I do that.
I my thing is I look at Mooney as a great slot receiver. So I would hate to see him go
I don't know.
as a slot receiver.
Great.
He
hasn't proven that.
He was the number one receiver when that's
Oh,
all
no,
he
take
had.
the Justin
Number
Fields
one-
approach.
when
He
you-
didn't have the opportunity.
No,
take the Justin Fields approach.
Well,
Did they put him in a slot or not? Did Justin throw it to him in a slot or not? Nope. Give him the opportunity.
Now here's what's hilarious. Here's what's hilarious. It's not
colors on right now.
Here's what's hilarious. He's gonna go to Kansas City
And be a stud.
and be a stud because the ball will hit his hands and he will catch it.
Yeah, like
That's the only reason. He's gonna be amazing. Why is he
why
so
is the
good over
nation so
there?
hot
The
right
ball
now?
hit his hands. He caught it.
Mooney did okay. The thing is that we all agree that we see hardly any slants this past year. Did they put
No,
these
I'm not gonna lie
receivers
to
in a
you.
position
No.
to do anything? So
No.
we didn't see him. We didn't see any trips, any bunch formation. We didn't hardly see any of that good
How
stuff.
much across the middle did you see at all?
Hardly any. And so the whole point is that, you trying to get your you trying to get your flag? Trying to get your flag? No, you lost it. No, I just think that he has the ability. I just think that there's a reason that Getsy was fired. There's a reason that, all of our offense wasn't necessarily like it was supposed to be. So I think if you put him as a slot receiver, not number one, not number two, he could be a valuable receiver. Now, the problem is at what cap number at his age? I think what is he, 28?
No.
How old is he?
That feels old
He's
for
like
Darnell
26.
Mooney.
How old is he?
Darnell Mooney, let's look it up. Is 26 years old.
There you go.
All right, okay. So 26. He's still young enough, but then again, what's the cap number going to be?
See, the only reason why I would even think of giving him at least one more year is because you have a whole new system that you're trying to put in place with Shane Waldron, with Thomas Brown, with all of these guys that came in. So maybe the understanding is that they utilize him better than Getsy would ever have.
Yeah,
but
And that's
I
my
wouldn't
point.
take-
Is he going to be utilized differently?
Yeah.
and does he become like a Darnell, a Tyler Lockett in
I'll
Seattle?
take that all day. Yeah.
Like the way that they use their receivers. I mean, we might have. I don't think we have a DK, but who was the number two? Was it Tyler Lockett? No, Jackson Smith and Jigba is the third.
Yeah.
Mooney
he's
becomes
really
him.
a four.
No,
He's really the four.
yeah, but I think Mooney becomes him, and then DJ Moore was technically our Lockett, and we just don't have that big the threat that we need, like the number one or something like that, or the number two.
Well, you would hope that would be Rome Odunze.
I would just think all the way around we're going to see better quarterback play on the simple fact that Shane is there. I'm not going to make it just seem like a
quarterback play from who?
I'm just saying quarterback play, period.
I was trying to get you.
Hey, I like
you're
Daryl
trying to-
Davis. He's asked about Saquon Barkley. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it must be a
And
Giants
Brandon
fan.
Ayuk and Ayuk. He said,
But I'm saying, like, realistically, though, we're going to see more of Cole Kmet and stuff like that, just because if you look at what Shane has done and the type of scheme that he runs, you're going to see more production out of those pieces anyway. So I think that's going to work to our advantage. I do think there's going to be Caleb doing it. Sorry about that. But at the end of the day, like,
Son of a...
hey, the
Hey,
Bears,
you notice the
Bears
colors
fans are
PK
so
got on
toxic,
now?
you can't say that. Everybody tiptoes around that. Like,
What?
I'm not saying I'm against Justin. I'm just saying, like, everyone like has to give that preface before they say anything about it.
I'm
Like-
for Justin for the reason you said. I think no matter what, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you have success here. That's what Ryan Poles is built.
It's a win-win situation.
I really believe that no matter what the Bears do going into next year, we're talking about a team that's going to be successful.
I say
I think
there's
that's
two
a team.
Heisman quarterbacks in this draft.
Hey,
We sell the first pick for Caleb, and then we move down, get the
Make
Hall.
it sound a little less
Now, hold on.
slavery-ish.
I'm
Jesus.
just saying.
We sell the
I have
first
to-
one.
I have
to the
say this,
highest
though.
bidder.
I have to say
To the
this,
highest
though.
bidder. If we're going to move off Fields, now
But
if we
you-
keep Fields, I would love the Hall and get all these picks and build the
I
squad
don't think
up.
you get a Hall regardless because I do believe and I've always felt that I think he articulated it better. You're not going to get a Hall because I do believe we're going to go 1, 2, 3 in quarterback picks.
Yeah, but the one, right, you also have to listen to what he said about where the one
Well, the
is.
one is it.
The
It's
one is in a
different
tier of his
It's a different
own.
tier. I give you that.
Which is and then there's 2 and 3. Like, yes, we can all get quarterbacks. All these quarterbacks aren't made the same.
But he also
right?
said
Listen, Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes,
big difference.
Mitch Trubisky.
But he also said
Hayes said I got a slave master name.
So like I don't feel like either team that needs a quarterback is desperate to get the historic haul that we would want. It's going to be better than what they got.
I
from
think
Carolina. I just don't
Washington's
think that's the
trying. I think
situation.
Washington's trying too hard to make it seem like they're not desperate now because hiring Cliff Kingsbury seemed like the most desperate move of all time.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, we would never pay to go get Caleb. Like, why would we want this Washington?
No, you know what they're going.
Who's
No, no.
also
Hey,
going to sell us
hey.
a lot of jerseys
But he-
and could be generational. We would never want a player like that.
By the way, they had the number 1 in cap space, right? 80-something. I think Baki just put that out there.
Yeah.
They're number 1, so they're going to be spending
they're
all the
going
free
out
agents.
spending money,
They're
right?
gonna spend the money.
They're gonna get Caleb
The
and be like, we
offset
gonna
on-
buy an offensive
Yeah,
line,
exactly.
defensive line. They're gonna be like the Panthers were this year. They're gonna get to the other side and be like, man, we got a good team here, but if we just could have gotten a defensive line together, we really would have been set.
Mhm.
Remember, the Panthers are just like, all we need is a wide receiver and a running back. And we'd have been fine. Be like, yeah, you let them all go. Like one's in San Francisco and the other 2 are in Chicago.
That was the
I
last.
think
That
one
was a
of the
different
teams-
GM though, right? Didn't they fire? Is that
They
the
fired
same?
They fired everybody in there in 1 year.
But the GM that made the McCaffrey trade, was he the same GM that was there and then they fired?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was through all of that. And he
Yeah.
got fired this past year.
It's not good.
I think the
He
Not good,
basically
Cotton.
gutted the team and then got fired.
F&A, Cotton, F&A.
I was wondering where he was going with that. I was like, I didn't hear that one before. All right, cool. But I would say this though, just because we're talking about these particular teams now, I mean, let's be real. As far as OCs are concerned, he was one of the better ones out there. And I think at the time that they hired him or in talks with him when they first initiated, Eric Bieniemy wasn't available at that time.
Who?
Washington. I mean, they fired him.
Yeah, he was available. They just didn't want
They
him.
fired him.
They could have made him the head coach.
Like, so I mean,
Airbnb doesn't have a job either. That's kind of crazy.
that's kind of crazy. So like, out of all the people that you would get as an OC, he was it.
Yeah.
So I think like it's just coincidence. I
yeah,
don't
but
think
no, it's
Wait, who you talking
he
about?
talked about
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury. He
that,
talked
like,
about
Kingsbury was a good OC.
Nah,
He just didn't click with Tyler.
They swooped in on Kingsbury, bro, because Kingsbury was like, they was
He
like,
was
we're gonna
supposed to
give you
Raiders.
2 years and we're gonna give you this money. We're not giving you 3.
Yeah.
And Washington was like, I got that 3rd year for you.
If Kingsbury was available for us over Shane, we would have considered it too.
Cliff Kingsbury was available for us over Shane.
We
didn't.
didn't go after him.
We didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I
we
wanted Cliff
chose the
Kingsbury.
guy to
Interviewed him.
develop Geno
Yes.
Smith.
You chose the guys that developed quarterback.
Wait. You developed a quarterback?
Yeah.
I'll take
we
that.
That's
need
what
that.
we want.
Something we've never done here. Develop a quarterback.
Hey man, let's get into this. Let's get into this final topic. Before we do that, we are going to let